Hello class, welcome back to the Chong channel. Right now we're looking at a problem dealing with how to solve for a length involving outer lengths. Okay, so tangent and a secant. Okay, so let's look at the problem in the diagram below of circle O, secant AB. So one thing you need to understand, when we say circle O, that means it's a circle with center O. Secant touches a circle at 2 points. So here, this is a secant AB, and it touches a circle at 2 points, intersects a circle at D. Secant AOC, so this is also a secant of a different size, and it touches a circle at 2 points, so secant 2 points. So secant AOC intersects a circle O at E. AE is 4, AB is 12, and DB is 6. What is the length of OC? So this, I put a little question mark here. Now, if you notice, I color-coded things on purpose. So this green color, secant AB, and the purple color would be secant AC. Well, one thing you need to understand from the other videos, whenever we're dealing with tangent, secants, the circle's lengths are going out of the circle. So this is what I refer to as outside length. Okay, so this is Chong language here. When the lengths go outside of the circle, these are what I call outside lengths. And when we're dealing with outside lengths, the formula is outer part times whole equals outer part times whole. Now, one thing you need to remember is you're looking at one segment at a time. Okay, so let's look at the green part. So let's call this star. And so if I wanted to solve for this, I have outer part. So the outer part is star. However, in this tangent, the whole thing is also a star. So outer part times whole. Now let's look at the other line segment here. So this is a secant. We have outer part times whole. Now let's say this part here was a triangle. So if I wanted the whole segment, I need to add heart plus triangle. So one thing you need to remember, in a tangent, the outer part and the whole are the same. And in a secant, the outer part was a heart and the whole thing we have to add. Alright, so we're going to apply the same thing here in this problem. So we want outer part times whole. Keeping in mind you are looking at one segment at a time. So let's look at the purple secant here. The outer part, the part that's outside the circle, that's 4 times the whole. Now we got to think about this a bit. If I look over here, it said OC is what I'm trying to look for, but what do we call OC if O is the center? Absolutely correct. It is the radius. So let me use, why don't I call this R then instead of question mark? Well, if this is a radius, we also call this a radius, so let's also label this as R. And so what is R plus R? That would be 2R. So this whole part here, that's 2R. So if I go back to the formula here, we were talking about the outer part was 4, and so the whole thing would be all of this together. And so that would be 4 plus 2R. Now let's look at the green part, and so the outer part, they didn't give it to us. However, they did say that the whole secant was 12 and this other side was 6. So in order to find the outer part, this part here, it's the whole thing minus the other part, which is 6. So let's go back to the formula. Outer part times the whole, they already gave us the whole, and the whole thing is 12. So just a quick review on the formula here. When we're dealing with lengths that form outside the circle, so when the lengths go towards the outside, it's outer part times whole equals outer part times whole. So now we're going to do some algebra here. Let me try to keep the colors consistent. So here we have the distributive property. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times positive 2r is positive 8r. And then we're going to simplify this one. 6 times 12 is 72. I still need to solve for r, so the opposite of plus 16 is minus 16. What we do on the left, you do to the right. And so we have 8r equals 56, because it's 72 minus 16. Now, I want to solve for r between 8 and r. This is multiplication, so the opposite would be division. So I divide by 8 on the left. What I do on the left, I do to the right. And so 56 divided by 8 is 7. Now going back to the problem here, so this means that the radius is 7. Well, if I go back to the question, they asked for OC, and OC was the radius, and so it is 7. I hope that helped. Bye-bye.